Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us once again tonight on the Discipline Therapy Podcast with your two hosts, Mr. E.L. Discipline, and with him always, Suhey Sotomayor.
You introduced me first this time.
You see that? A little switch up. A little switcheroo, if you will.
All right. We're also on the major listening platforms such as Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Castbox, Spreaker, Overcast,
Podchaser.
Pod Addict, and many more. Many more. I think from now on I'll just list like three.
Just like the three big ones. iHeartRadio, did you say that one?
Yeah, iHeartRadio. No, I didn't. Yeah. But talking about addicts, pod addicts, we have addicts.
We do have addicts.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm an addict to this one.
You're a fiend, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what that means. It's Discipline Therapy Thursdays, where everything is completely free. We have your dose. It's judgment free. If you subscribe, it's for free. There's no monthly fee. It's sucker free. It's censor free. It's sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or roll a blunt. But the main thing is make sure the children are in bed. You see, we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversations. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. We're here.
So we have season 4, episode 34. This is chess, not checkers. And that is one of the titles in Strong Bonds Never Break in one of the chapters.
Yes, one of the chapter titles.
Grab it now.
Yeah, if you want, in my 6th book, The Strong Bonds Never Break, which is the sequel to Stuck Between Two Different Worlds. The 5th one is a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the sequel, it's the 6th book. Okay, this is chapter 18. This is Chess Not Checkers. All right. So this is Chess Not Checkers. Now, what we've been doing is when we come up with these topics together, sometimes, I'll come up with a topic. Hey, let's talk about this chapter title, because I feel like the titles could be implemented in day-to-day life. Day-to-day people's their day-to-day duties, their jobs, their relationships, whatever it is. So we had an episode previously, 33. It's nothing personal, just business.
Yes.
Which is also another chapter title, but we can incorporate that in our day-to-day. So we can incorporate this in our day-to-day. This is chess, not checkers. So
go ahead.
I'm going to give people some education. In the game of chess, right, the only way if you have a chance to win, you have to be like 3 to 5 moves ahead. So this can be used in everyday circumstances. So being ahead of time, like I've talked about this prior, about how I'm punctual. I have a chapter in even the importance of discipline, proper preparation. So yes. I talk about preparation, I talk about being punctual, I talk about being proactive. This is staying steps ahead. So just giving them some education on this is chess, not checkers. Now, chess is an intellectual game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume you know how to play chess.
Yes.
As well as checkers.
Yes. Now, Dominic, the character I created in the Stuck Between Two Different Worlds book series, he is cerebral. He's probably the most technological, engineered fictional character I've ever created out of all my books. There's fundamental differences the way he thinks and operates compared to everybody else. So when I describe him, I use the words unsuspecting. He's debonair. He's more patient than a high school teacher. He's a cerebral executioner. He's cooler than the other side of the pillow, poised. You know what I'm saying? He's never really rattled, even in pressure situations. but he's been in some pressure situations where we've kind of seen a different
it's
perspective of how he's been able to cope with those circumstances.
Or not cope.
Or not
I'm
cope.
not saying anything.
Yes. So he plays human chess. You know what I'm saying? And
so he's always 5 steps ahead.
Yes. And when well, first I want to get into one of the chapters in there, but you were going to ask something.
No. Let's get into the chapters and then I will ask.
Okay, so chapter 18, I don't want to give too much away. Okay. Let's see.
It's hard, right? Trying to find the right one.
Let's see.
I mean, not for nothing, people. There are 5 ahead of this book. True, there's only one that coincides with it, but pick a book.
Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm not gonna read this verbatim because it's giving too much away. Okay, so Dominic gets into a circumstance with Gambino. People don't know who I'm talking about. They need to get the book Strong Bonds Never Break. Now, Gambino has soldados. Now, people don't know Spanish. That means soldiers. And now a person helps Dominic have a meeting with his soldados, his head soldados. Now, Dominic encountering these gentlemen, and this is a line I'm gonna read.
Okay.
Now, Dominic smiles and says to one of the men, well, first of all, as he arrives there, these men already know who he is because they grabbed him earlier in the book.
Okay.
So when they see that there's someone that brought him to meet with them, it's almost like it's not like he's the enemy, but he's not.
They gotta watch out for him.
Yeah,
right. They don't know him like that.
So automatically they pull their weapons on him. They pull their firearms on him. So now Dominic, well, this is actually what the person who brought Dominic there says. Okay. Wait, hold on, guys. It's not what y'all think. He's legit. Go pat him down. He's not wearing a wire. He's not working with the feds or Drug Enforcement Administration. Dom smiles and says to one of the men, doesn't your mother go to the grocery store every Sunday before she goes to church on Elm and 5th? She jogs every morning around 5 a.m., a couple of times around the block where she lives, correct? ? You have a couple of felonies on your plate, and your brother is on house arrest with an ankle monitor. And he says, I know how close you both are. Soldado warns Dominic, if you continue to poke the hornet's nest, eventually you're going to get stung. Dominic replies, sure. Do you know what kills those pesky hornets? Raid. What if, yes, that was,
no, go.
Yes. What if he was found with a firearm? Do you think he'd be fine doing another decade in prison? Now, here's the thing. Now, after that, they put their guns down. And he says, listen, we're gentlemen. We can engage in a gentleman conversation. We can help each other. And now, that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, this is chess, not checkers. This is Dominic being steps ahead. Because in Dominic's circumstance, he's aware that information is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. And in that circumstance, he's showing
his power.
Well, what would you call it in that circumstance? He's kind of like ambushed or whatever, right? Like he's kind of
surrounded.
Yeah, he's kind of surrounded.
Right.
Where it almost doesn't matter what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're staring down the barrel of.
Yeah.
So in that circumstance, he has something. He's aware of something valuable to the both of them.
To the person that he was talking to.
Both of them, those soldados.
Oh, he said that to one to each?
Yeah, one to each.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just one person.
Yeah, so yeah, I just ran through it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he told one, your mother's the one that jogs, and he told the other one, and your brother is on house arrest.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, he's very steps ahead.
Yeah, so now sometimes what you value most. For example, let's say you value your family most. So you bust your ass at work to provide for your family.
Okay.
So the thing I've implemented in the literary content is with Dominic. Dominic is constantly trying to find out everything. You know what I mean? So when he's in a situation with these men, he's not. It's pretty much like he's doing in it, which I always talk about. Do your information on your prospects before you engage with them. Like I've always had interviews in the past, and I'm always like, "Yo, y'all better have done your research on me."
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. Like that should be part of your job. Like don't allow me to come. And I've said this to ex interviewers. Don't allow me to come to your show, and you're asking me, "Oh, tell everybody who you are."
Right.
Like that should be your job.
Right.
You say, tell everybody who you are. I'm gonna take over the show, and I don't want to do that. I don't like taking over people's shows because I always respect other people's platforms. So do your information. Now, if you're gonna say tell everybody who you are, like I'm taking over the show, don't get mad when I do it.
Has that happened to you? Like, did they get mad? Because I've seen you go in and take over a show, but so on my aspects, like seeing it from afar, like from an audience, they're kind of relieved. They're kind of like, okay,
the
interviewers, right?
No, I don't feel like because they've never articulated.
Yeah, they never said anything.
Yeah.
But that wasn't an issue for you, right? Taking over because you got to tell your story, tell the books.
Yeah, no? I mean, I'm. This is chess, not checkers. I'm constantly ahead. Like even the interviewers, I'm doing my research on them.
I know you are.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going on their page. I'm going this. If they have links, I'm going to their links. I'm going to their email. Like, you know, whatever it is. If they have a website, I'm doing my homework.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was, just jumping off topic, there was an interviewer in the past, a woman, I'm not gonna mention her name, but I was supposed to come on her show, and at first she was fine with me coming on the show. She wanted me to be on there to talk about BDSM or whatever. And then when she saw a couple of my shows, that I'd done before hers, she probably got a little intimidated because the energy was different now. Like I would DM her, and I'm a person, like I don't like to mix business with pleasure.
Okay.
And sometimes I've ran into women where they can't separate the two. And this was a circumstance like that where I was DMing her like, "Oh, we still good for this? Are you gonna create the flyer? I'm about business." And Shorty's hitting me up like, "You're not even gonna say good morning. You're not even gonna see how I'm doing. This is that." And I'm like, "What does this have to do with what we have to do?"
Right. Good morning. Are we still on for Saturday?
You understand what I'm saying? So then she hit me with, "Oh, when you come on my show, you better bring your manners. This is my show. This is my show. This is my house." Wow. Like it's almost like, okay, like have I ever disrespected past? If you doing your homework, which you should be doing, have you ever seen me disrespect hosts and stuff like that, or interviewers?
It was almost uncalled for on her part.
No, yeah, but what she was doing is she was trying to assert dominance because, like me, I'm an analytic thinker, chess, not checkers. I'm steps ahead. So what she was doing is she was trying to assert dominance because some women can't handle an immense amount of masculinity because of what they're so used to in this generation. Like I'm stuck in an era that doesn't exist anymore. So when you see a man like me, you look at him like, no, he's too aggressive. He's too dominant. He looks abusive. He looks, they have these stupid, lazy analysis. He looks abusive. He's too much. He's too much. Now, I think Shorty was attracted to me.
Okay.
I might have reminded her of an ex.
Okay,
single. She was a single mother.
It's not far-fetched.
She was a single mother. Caramel skin and whatever. You know what I'm saying? She, like, I could have been an ex. And I remember in an episode I said, judge a woman by her playlist.
Yes.
She was big on hip hop. So I'm thinking she dates black men.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or Spanish men who have swag.
Okay.
Okay. So when she's looking at me and I'm a dominant, all these things are attractive. So she's looking at it like, why is he not attractive to me? Like, why is he not hitting on me? Keeping it about business.
Right.
This is just me analytic thinking.
Right,
I don't
right.
have any proof. You know what I'm saying? She didn't articulate this to me. So she was already bringing like crazy energy, negative energy that I wasn't feeling. So once we did a show, well, I did a show. I remember telling you, because we were gonna go there together, because you're like my business partner and everything that you always support me. So we're gonna.
I was managing you more than.
Yeah, we were gonna go together, and I remember telling you, man, I don't want to go to this because I feel like
I remember that.
I
was like, why?
Twice the DMs twice was same, and I was like, man, it's just the energy's off. I feel it's off. I'm telling you how my ancestors have my back. She hit me up.
And this was years ago.
She hit me up the week we were supposed to have the show. The show was supposed to be on a Tuesday because their shows are Tuesdays. She hits me up that Sunday because I'm like, is the flyer created? Like, I want to promote you.
Right,
I want to promote it as well. She hit me up on some, we're not going to do the show that week.
Did she give you a reason why?
No. And then she's like, there's another artist or whatever, like, I'll let you know when it's going to be good or whatever for you to come by. I was so relieved. I was like, the ancestors had my back because I didn't want to do that anyways.
I actually remember that. You were like, whew.
Now, I went on a nationally syndicate radio show, 103.9.
After that, right?
After.
Like right after?
No. It was, yeah, it was because it was in 2019.
Yeah.
Yes, after that, a month after that. She probably saw that.
Or heard it.
Or and the email.
Or even on your page because we did promote that too.
The email came on some, and I just looked at it, kept it moving. They didn't even reply. But
sometimes that's the best reply.
You know what I'm saying? Reply. Like, this is what I'm talking about with like playing chess. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good example actually.
Yeah,
that's a very good example.
Actually. And it's like sometimes. Excuse me, and you stated this. Because of who I am, some people might try to try me. And sometimes that reply with her, trying to assert her dominance, pumping her chest and stuff, she might have tried to see if I get out of character. Some people look at me, right, and they won't have the guts to say this to my face. But some people look at me as he has a stick up his ass. He's boring. He don't probably like to go to the club. He's so serious. He's do this. He never smiles. He never cracks a joke. He's so serious. He got to stick up his ass. Now, those women also, because I feel like most women think that way. I get a lot of respect from dudes.
Okay.
But most women who are playfully and stuff and jokers and goofballs, they're going to look at me that way.
You called me a goofball and I don't look at you're a little serious, yes, but.
Yeah, you're a goofball sometimes. Like to play around and joke or whatever.
Okay. Let's get back to you now.
So now, like for me, for those women who have thought that way, but never articulated it, they will say, "Oh, he's never, doing anything out of the norm. Does he ever lose control? Does he ever laugh? Does he ever joke around, have fun? Does he ever go out?" And they're trying to see me on a different light. So they might try to push that out of me.
Well, I've had women ask me about those questions about you. Does he ever smile? Like, does he ever joke around?
Yeah.
And I tell them, hell no, this man doesn't. No, just kidding.
Here's
even that. You're not going to crack a smile with that joke.
Here's the thing. Women have to understand that they can't have it both ways. That's the problem a lot of women have. They want a guy to be both ways. But then when they want a serious relationship, you're not going to get that from a clown. A guy that, remember, we talked about this in previous episodes. You meet a funny guy. You like that he's funny all the time. The moment you're mad, you might be on your period or PMSing. He wants to crack a joke. Nigga, why the fuck you think everything's so fucking funny? You met him that way.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like if you want a serious man, because I believe women don't like boys, they like dominant men. Sometimes you're gonna have to deal with that. I'm not saying there's no time that I don't have fun. Like when I'm boxing, I'm having fun. When I'm working out, I'm having fun. When I'm editing the podcast, I'm having fun. When I'm writing, I'm having fun. But your fun is different from my fun. When I'm reading, I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? When I'm playing chess, poker, whatever, I'm having fun. When I'm playing pool, I'm having fun. When I'm having sex, I'm having fun. It's playtime. You know what I'm saying? Your fun and my fun is different. You understand what I'm saying? So for them, it's like, all I'm saying is beggars can't be choosers. If you want a serious relationship, you get with a serious man. Sometimes being with a serious man is so intimidating because you know a serious man is gonna hold you accountable, and sometimes you like to get away with things, especially if you're a goofy person. All the time. I'm talking about 24/7. Not you that is like a part-time thing. A 24/7 goofy woman that just always wants to laugh. Oh, yeah, I need a guy to make me laugh. That's
She should get with
a standard.
with the guy who's always laughing.
Yeah,
or
that's a
making jokes.
standard for some women. I'm just saying these women that are like this.
I mean, I could understand them thinking like that, watching the show, watching you, because of how you look, you're already visually attractive, right? So a woman watching the show, she's saying, oh wow, he's really good looking, he has muscles, tattoos, everything that you listed, but damn, he is so serious. But ladies, what you have to understand is when you find the serious man that you're looking for, all that will come. Like as you get to know each other, you're gonna get that side of him that nobody else sees also.
I was just about to say that. Because I do smile. I do I might joke around and say certain things.
I've heard you say a joke once.
But guess what? Guess what? The one or ones that I trust, that are close to me, that I care about, that I love, whether it's a sub, a family member, they see that side. That people on a regular basis, like if
they want that.
Yeah, if I'm in a boardroom and I have to go to the head of the table and I have to give people orders, this is what you want to do. Like I'm not gonna crack jokes.
Right.
Because in that circumstance, I might be your superior, colleague, whatever it is. And it's like, if I'm a jokester, you're never gonna take me serious, let alone the task, the job, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's the same thing in a relationship. If you are constantly a clown, she's never gonna have respect for you. Well, it might even be subconscious. She don't have respect for you, and she don't even realize it.
Well, the key word is constantly.
Whereas dominant men, mature men, men who are serious, they get more respect. And once a woman has respect for you, a lot more other things come with that. Love, trust. You know what I'm saying? Her confiding in you. You know.
Do you think it's the same with men, that they would they want more of a serious woman? Well, let me ask you, because you can only go on by what you like.
Yeah.
Would you like a more serious person, like kind of like you, or a more playful person? Or maybe, obviously, you're not gonna like the goofy type that's goofy all the time, 24/7, because you're a very serious person. Would you like a woman that's just as serious as you?
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I've always gravitated towards older women, even when I was younger.
They're serious like that?
Because older women are just mature. Now, I've met older women who are like 42 years old who act like they're 16, and they turn me off. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like if they were in BDSM, it's age play. They're pretending to be 16, and they have a dom that, like, it's a little and daddy dynamic. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not into a little daddy dynamic.
I don't think I would want to try age play, because then that would mean, well, whoever I'm with, I would be the one that's acting younger, or they would. I don't want to act younger. If you were the sub, I don't want to act younger.
If you were the sub, you would be acting younger.
Oh, okay.
This is chess, not checkers. You know, could be implied in everything in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just about being steps ahead. You know, and like the character that I created is like the ultimate character out of all the characters I've created when it pertains to that.
Being 5 steps,
Yeah.
10 steps, being steps ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, he may make a lot more mistakes than the other characters, but as far as that cerebral executioner, I mean, Dom is the type of person, Dominic, when he is focused, he's dangerous. He's really smart. That's the thing people don't understand, that he's really smart. Like, I've gotten feedback from fans like, oh man, that Dom is a character. Oh, he's having his cake and eating it too. He's this, he's that. When is he gonna get in the bind? Oh, I love to see him get in trouble. I think I
said that.
Yeah, I love to see
Not
him,
all the time, but
because he's just that guy that just always wins, and it's like you wanna not see him
it's
win.
funny though, because when you're reading the books, the last 3, you're kind of root for him though. I know I was rooting for them, right? But at the same time, when I saw him get into some of his little jams, I'm like, learn your lesson now.
Yeah, so this is Chess Not Checkers is a imperative chapter title. It's actually the chapter before the ending. I think it have 19 in there. So 19 is You and I Are Not Alike. So that chapter is like, it shows you all of the moves. Now he starts doing. He's moving the pawns. He's moving the chess pieces. The gambit. Like, he's the bishop. He's moving the pawns in his favor.
You get to see him in this chapter put it all together.
Yes.
Right before the final whatever culmination of it all.
And it's like some people are egomaniacs and narcissists, where they feel like they might be able to do everything themselves. And it's like, when I've gotten feedback from women in the past who have said that about him, but in that circumstance, he gets everybody to work together. Like, he built a team to get everything accomplished. And in the end, it's kind of like, how was this able to be done? I had a team. You understand? So it's like, in that circumstance with the with the soldados, it's like strange bedfellows now. Do you know what strange bedfellows is?
No.
Okay, so strange bedfellows is like two or three people or 4 people, whatever. They might come together for a temporary alliance for a common goal.
Is that
it's almost like your enemy of my enemy is my friend,
right.
But it's a group. It could be 2, 3, 4 people. They come together. They could have hated each other or been enemies,
but they have
a common person or a common goal to achieve. And this is what Dominic is doing with those soldados. He's trying to get them to flip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. See, that's good that you said that.
So this is Chess Not Checkers, where now he's playing with the pawns. And it's like, everybody could get something out of this.
Right.
Now, are you in? Like, everybody can get something out of this. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Until right now, you just mentioned, I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I like creating that chapter because it allowed me to use my mind. I mean, I was very, very strategic and calculating with all the chapters. You know what I'm saying? Especially that 6th one, 5 moves ahead. That one was very strategic, step by step. I didn't miss a step. For it to happen. Oh, and then the thing I like to do is I like punching the audience in the mouth in a way where it's like, oh, I thought this happened, but then wait a minute, this came out. Like, you ever saw? Twist. Yeah, you ever saw? And I got this from this. You ever saw the Saw saga?
Yes.
With Jigsaw? Yes. And it's like, in the end, everybody's connected, and it's like, wait a minute, that. Like, you saw something in the beginning, and then in the end, it's like, that's why the pieces came together. So I do the same thing in a way where it's like, you're like, wait a minute, like, you thought you knew this person.
Yes.
Then it's like
you thought that you had that person figured out.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Or circumstance.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, information and knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? And power is like priceless. Like, you can't go to Walmart and oh, where is power? What aisle? Like, you can't buy it. You
Aisle
can't
10.
purchase it. You know what I'm saying? It's priceless. It doesn't matter how much money you have or rich, poor, whatever. Like, this is power. Like, this is our biggest muscle.
Yes.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
if you know how to use it,
Yeah, and
even
it's
better.
like, even though I created Dominic to be physically dominant as well, you know, I have him you know, he's aware of karate. Like, I describe him as having like a Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal type of style of fighting. He's also good with a hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Not a hammer.
Yeah, a gun. He's also good with a hammer, and you know, he's also cerebral. You know, so that's a dangerous combination because not everybody.
And he is able to keep his emotions in check,
Yeah.
which is even more impressive.
Yeah, not everybody is
No.
that way. Well, we see him lose control in
Yes,
the third
and
one.
that is
But
what
there's
makes it.
still unfinished business.
You know, I really do. It does it because I've read, you know, all your books, and I've even while you were doing it, you know, you'd be like showing me and stuff. So seeing him go from such a calm, collective person that gets everything he wants to kind of seeing him like when I envision it, I see like the stitches in his clothes just kind of unravel.
When we've had our meetings at like when we went to Barnes and Nobles or whatever, and I showed you a scene, you've given me a couple of ideas. Like, I'm not gonna give anything away, but with Estrella, with the air. And I was like, wait a minute, why don't we just do syringe?
Ah,
so
yes,
I'm over here like,
yes,
wait a minute,
yes.
why don't, and you're like, no, that this is better. And I'm like, because I'm not in the medical field anymore.
I've never, by the way, for the people who have read
anymore.
I've never actually done that. I've read about it too.
Yeah, so I'm just like, there's a lot more things I don't know because I've been in the medical field, but I haven't worked with like doctors like you do. You know what I'm saying? So you know more than me. And when you said that, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because like, this is accuracy.
I remember you were like, how am I going to get this scene? And
Yeah.
we were going
And I
over
was
and I was like,
thinking-
how about this?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing the alternative, and you were like, wait a minute, that's gonna be this outcome.
It could come up, right?
Yeah, and then you would like do this. So I was like, okay, that would work. You know what I'm saying? And then I researched, and okay, yeah.
She was right.
She's right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Do you still research when I tell you things?
Absolutely.
You're like, I don't trust this bitch.
I
for
think
nothing.
you should do the same thing.
I do research,
and I
now.
think people out there should do the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't take
Are
everything.
you kidding?
Don't take everything I'm saying.
I tried to not research one day, and you called me out on it. You're like, "Oh, really? Where?" And I was like, "Oh,
yeah, at face value." I'm pretty sure there's people out there who are getting annoyed with my percentages, and how does he know that? Let me test them and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I already talked about this in a previous episode.
yes."
You know, but yeah, this is chess, not checkers. Is just like that, staying ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your due diligence. You're researching.
Have you always been like that?
Anything I didn't know? Yes. For example, we're jumping off topic.
Well, not really.
But for example, right? When I was 15 years old, I had 2 pairs of shoes, and I wrote this in the back of Stuck Between Two Different Worlds. I wrote this in the back of it. Everybody was getting new Jordans, new clothes. I only had like 5 pairs of clothes. One on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I switched it up. Had to do laundry every week. You know, sometimes twice a week. I'm switching it up. What I wore Friday, I wear Thursday. What I wore Monday, like you know what I'm saying? I would switch it up
for the next week.
Now I had the same shoes. I had a black shoe, white shoe for every day, black shoe for gym. That was it. Everybody coming out with the new, oh, you got the new Jordans. I'm like, no, I'm saving my money because I'm trying to get a car. Now, my first car was a stick shift. I didn't know how to drive stick. So what I ended up doing is, and at the time, the first Fast and the Furious came out. I was still in high school. Yeah, I think it came out in 2001 or whatever. I was a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah, because I graduated in 03. So now, all of a sudden, I'm studying Fast and the Furious. I'm Googling. I'm currently still doing the same stuff. Learning. Now I learned how to drive a stick. I printed it out. I went to like the library So I always had a library card, and they let you print shit out for free.
Not anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, because everybody gotta make money somehow now.
So you printed out and had it next to you?
And I was studying it every day before I bought the car. Cause I saved up money. I used to give my mother money every paycheck. So once I became 16 and 17, I started working, like legitimately. So
see, he smiled.
So yeah. So now, like, when I made whatever I made, I gave her like half of that or 75%, and I just kept 25%. I kept it in
That
like a
is so
box.
nice.
On, like, I had the lock to it, nobody could get into it, and I kept it under my bed, and it stacked till I had like thousands or whatever in it. And then I saw the Integra. It was a 91 Acura Integra. I love Acuras. So now I went to the guy, and he's like, "Oh, this is how much it is." I'm like, "Man, but I only have this." Now I had more money than that,
Okay.
but I said to him, "Man, you can't go down a little bit more, like a couple of 100, 400 down, 500, a little bit less?" "No, this is what it is." I was like, "This is all I got." I said, listen, this car, I've already seen it here for weeks. You're not selling it. And I'm 17 years old. Like, I'm talking to a grown-ass man. Like, you're not selling it. And he's over here like, you're trying to tell me? I'll never forget this. Right? Eidetic memory. Weed smoke. Right? So now, I'm like, I see it every week. It's not selling. So the guy's like, "Oh, what are you trying to tell me?" So now I said to him, "Listen, if you drop it down, I got you right now with the bread."
Okay.
So we fought back and forth to the point I got stamina. Like, I'll keep going. So now he finally gave in, and he said, "Okay," gave him the money, whatever, took care of the registration and everything. Now, thank God, it was only like 10 minutes from my house, because what I didn't master in was reverse. I kept stalling. You put in the clutch, you put it in reverse, and you let it easy. Now I'm just letting it go and pressing the gas. I don't know about balance.
This is you, wait, after you bought it to pull out, to leave?
Yeah.
And
so I stalled like 5 times. He's like, "You know what? Let me just take it out for you." He takes it out, and then now I start driving. Now I'm like, yo, I said to myself, I'm self-motivating myself, 17 years old, just do what you studied. The videos and what you read. And Fast and Furious. Think of Fast and Furious. So I'm going in, I'm doing
Channel
well.
Dom. How weird. Channel Dom.
Yeah, I'm doing well. And, oh, shit.
Right?
Dom, yeah. Dominic.
Dominic Toretto from Fast and the Furious.
You know what's
all ties in.
You know what's so funny? I'll get back into the story. When I created Dominic, I wanted to have a Dom name, because Dom is an acronym for dominant. So that's why I said Dom.
Dominant.
And then I said, but I have to give him a full name. And I was like, Dominic. I never even thought of that guy.
I didn't either until right now. And I said, channel your inner Dom. Get it?
Yeah. So
I'm witty.
So now I'm doing well. Here's where the tough part came. Stop sign.
Just stop it. Go.
The first gear is the hardest.
Yeah.
I put it in first, and I let go. Now remember, I wasn't learning balance at that time, so I let it go to try to catch it. So now I hit the gas fast. Now I go like this. Yeah. There's a Hispanic guy, because in the time it was like Deep Huntington. Okay. Huntington Station is like, there's a lot of Hispanics that live there. There's this Spanish guy. It was the summertime. He watches me. I'm watching him from the rearview mirror, and he's just dying. He's just looked like he's laughing. Pointing at me, laughing like, oh, So I'm over here like, I'm upset, and I'm like, oh, I'll show him. So then I finally put it in, and you hear the gears grinding, but I finally got it. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God. God was with me, because I made it home. Now, when my dad was
Did you even stop at stop signs after that? You're like, forget it, fuck it, go.
Yeah.
I am not stopping.
So now, my dad, who, my uncle, his older brother, used to have a motorcycle back in Haiti. Like, my uncle lives in Paris now. But he had a motorcycle. So my dad already knew what it was. My mom hated it. My dad was like, yo, just trust me, you'll get good at it. Just practice every day. Go around the block. Yo, I listened to my dad. I got good in 3 days. Now, my dad told me, you're going to get really good in hills. So I practice on hills. And it's all about balance.
Yeah.
Let it off slowly. Give it gas. Until
you know what's the worst?
It's the good. First gear is the worst.
When you're on a hill and it's like snowy.
Yeah. So now, I stopped driving stick. Because there's no value in it. A lot of people don't know how to drive stick. So when you try to trade in your car or sell it, you're not going to get a lot of money for it.
Really?
Because yes.
See, I didn't know that at all.
So now my dad is like, do that. I mastered it in 3 days. And then once I started practicing in hills, that's when I started being great in every day.
Yeah.
Now, I stopped driving stick for 2 reasons. The first reason I just answered. Second reason, I started traveling more now. Now, when you bumper to bumper, that shit is annoying.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Stick too.
Yeah.
Super annoying. And hills. Well,
yeah. So this is about playing chess, not checkers. Being steps ahead. You know what I'm saying?
And look,
so
you were totally steps ahead before you bought your car.
Yeah. Most of the stuff that I've engaged in that I didn't know, I researched. YouTube, how to, Google. You know what I'm saying? I've asked other people who are masters at that. Like, I've always believed to not worry about opinions and take advice from people that never did what you did or doing.
That's true. Because what do they know?
Yeah. So it's like, are you in my field? I don't care. You understand? Like, you could give a personal opinion, but it's not valid. It's just what you think. It might be a personal one.
Right.
Like, for example, this actually happened. I send a link to someone, right? And they say to you, oh, I don't like how you interact with your co-host. You know what I'm saying? Or, you're kind of like a dick. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and to me, it's like, okay. And then I delete the thread. I'm not sending you links anymore. Because there's so much things I could say, but why say it? So my reply is, okay, her. Then I delete it. In my mind, I'm not sending you links anymore because you're taking it on a personal note.
Right.
I didn't send you the link to critique me.
Right.
Like, I know a lot of women like me, physically and everything, so they're always going to be nitpickers. If I lose 3 ways, this is why I don't say nothing. I lose 3 ways. Already the first way, I'm a dick, right?
Okay.
Because she's taking it personal. She's not taking on how was the podcast. Like, comment, share. That's all I'm asking of you. I'm not asking you how my face looking.
Right.
My tattoos look good. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking what you thought about the topic, what you thought about the show. So the first one, I'm a dick. So I'm already losing. Second one, if I'm not a dick and I'm nice to you, it's like, are you fucking your co-host? You guys are so friendly, so I'm losing 2. Third one, it's like because she did say something about me being microphone dominant. Like, I just kind of when you talk, I just kind of shrug it off and then just keep going. Okay, so let's say I don't do that. I'm more subdued. I'm more submissive on the mic, and I just let you take over.
Okay.
Then it's gonna be like, oh, I thought you were dominant. Why are you letting her take it? Isn't it your show? I'm losing 3 ways.
Yeah, so what's the point?
What's the point of even trying to say that? That girl could have just been trying to rile me up.
And good, you did.
This is playing chess, not checkers.
So what's the difference between chess and checkers?
There's so many more moves. Okay.
On what? Chess or checkers? Chess
both.
got more moves?
Yes. So this is what I'm going to say, because we'll be here for 3 hours. You can only move diagonally.
Okay.
And that's one of the differences. You cannot do this across shit or vertical or horizontal. You can only move diagonals.
All the pieces?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. They move to your end, they become, actually they're regular pieces. But when they move to your end, they become a king. Now they can move back and forth, but only diagonally. Regular pieces can only move forward. They can't move back. If you're up here and then you have a piece that goes down and you can't go back here to eat them. You can only move forward.
Oh, so what happens once you go from your end to the other end? You just stay there?
No, that end now becomes like a super checker piece. And now they can move back and forth because they become a king. or a queen. Yeah. So that's one of the differences. For chess, there's different pieces. So the queen can move in ways on the board the king can't. So the object of the game is to protect the king at all times, because it's hard to win the game if your king is captured. That's why I always use chess as like a way of life of men and women in relationship.
I've heard
Because
you say
the
that.
queen is the most powerful piece, just like women. Women are the most powerful creatures on earth, but men are the prize. Men are the most prominent. So it's like without a man, it's a lot of things you can't do. The household fucks up. You know what I'm saying? There's things you can't do in the household. If God forbid a burglar comes in, you gotta defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much shit you can't do without a man. How you gonna win the game without a man? You know what I'm saying? You could like move forward. You could continue in life, but how you gonna really win the game without a man? And that's how I use the analogy of men and kings, queens and women. You know what I'm saying? So at all times, the queen protects the king. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so he could protect.
Yeah, the queen,
Everything else.
or you could say supports the king.
Okay, that's a good one.
So the king could do what he needs to do. This is even like in the jungle, the safari with the carnivores, felines. Like the men stay back. Why?
To protect the
pride,
herd. To defend them.
to defend, to educate, to lead. The women do most of the hunting because of that. Now, let's say they wanna feed the whole entire pride, and it's like a 1,000 pound buffalo. Now the ladies are gonna call upon the men because it might just be 3 ladies, 4 ladies hunting. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the physical capacity, so they're gonna call these lions who probably weigh 600 pounds each. That's 1,200 pounds to take on that 1,000 pound buffalo, and they're gonna dominate it. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons.
True.
That's one of the reasons why the men eat first, because it's like,
and that's also like you could see that's their internal way that nature made them. We're gonna gang up together and we're gonna take that one down. Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Men and women provide differently, but it's equal. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, you know,
their own way.
Because, like, for example, right? For example, I had a sub who sewed a button on my pea coat because I don't know how to sew. So it's like when a man and a woman is together, they gotta complement each other. Like, I consider myself a high value man, but I'm not gonna say I know how to do everything. Yeah, I might be able to know how to cook, clean, and do all this stuff, but there's something that my significant other has to know how to do. Like, let's say I don't know. Let's say I don't know how to cook, and I get with a woman, and all she knows how to do is twerk, and take her clothes off. And I say, "Oh, do you know how to cook?" And she's gonna say no. So now, when I'm looking for somebody to move,
or she says yes, and she makes boxed macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
which is not bad.
Which is not cooking. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, to me, it's like, well, what are you providing now? What are you bringing to the table? Because now it's almost like I could do all this stuff myself. Right. So it's like a man and a woman should complement each other in that sense. It's like, oh, I don't know how to sew, so she's gonna sew. She brings something of value to the table. If I don't know how to, let's say she's a better driver than I am.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when we go out to events, you drive.
So you don't believe, because I know a lot
Some
of men
have a problem with that.
With women drivers.
No, I don't believe women are good drivers.
Oh, you don't?
You have like a small percentage who are, but I don't believe women are good drivers.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's like another pressure being on the road. And I think women kind of fold them the pressure. About 25% of them dominate under pressure. 75% of them fold and freak out and do all this. Think about it. This is solely my opinion, right? And this is from me doing research. Now, so it's my opinion and it's research.
It's research.
I believe that
your experience.
It's research and experience. Okay. Yes. So I believe that men can multitask better than women. And that's in everything. Whether he has 2 women, He's giving adequate love to sex, whatever, money, providing, protection, teaching, whatever. Whether it's multiple jobs or tasks. I feel like, and this is from experience and research, I've had female bosses in the past when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they've been in a corporation for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, whatever, they've always asked me what to do in pressure situations. And I'm like, aren't you the boss? And now I had to take control as an employee.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I think the difference between women who are, because I know you said that they handle stress and
pressure
differently. Women who are in high positions in like corporate or whatever,
they get used to that.
Not only that, but you have to also keep in mind that now you can be a boss over here, but when you come home and you have children, you still got to cook and feed and take care of homework and all that stuff. So that's added pressure on that too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men, like you say, a lot of men, and I have also noticed, they are quick to make decisions faster.
Yeah.
But it's also, they don't have to deal with the outside stuff after they leave work as far as the kids and home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of half and half with you on that.
Now, when the women have to deal with the pressure in the home or whatever it is, sometimes they might deal with it because it's like, yo, you don't know how strong you are until you're put in a situation to have no choice to be. It's like that. But you just force yourself. Like, I want to take a nap right now. No, let me go do this because I have to do it. So you force yourself to do it. You force yourself to do it. You force yourself to dominate that pressure. Now, being that said, part of it is dominating it and complaining about it. There's other women who don't do it. They don't complain about it. There's women who do it and complain about it. Whereas a man that does it, he has no choice. Because if he starts complaining, it's kind of feminine.
Well, there's a lot of feminine.
You understand what I'm saying? So a man
don't complain.
A man has to kind of deal with it.
A man kind of has to, but doesn't mean that they always do.
Whereas if he's going through some shit at work and it's stressful or whatever it is, pressure, he might talk to you about it. He might not want to talk about work. Oh, baby, how was work? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. He's still
right. But okay, so if that's the case and he doesn't want to, so now if she knows her mate well enough, her husband, her man, whatever, him saying, I don't want to talk about it, there's going to be a change in his mood and in all that. She's going to know there's something up, probably at work. Now I got to get the kids to leave him alone.
Maybe.
That's usually how it goes.
No.
If the husband is pissed off, no?
No.
Interesting.
No. Because I've seen things with my father at young that he's big on family. That if he had a tough time at work, and I've seen this when I was young, something like soccer makes him now happy. Mm-hmm. Something like it was me coming when I was little or whatever, my sister, now makes him happy. Now it takes his mind off work. It's different versus the men. But I always talk about real men. I don't talk about the simps and the beta males. I always talk about real men, alpha males. You know what I'm saying? I feel like real alpha males, they might say, oh, I don't want to talk about it, whatever, but they channel themselves because they don't take it home. Sometimes women take it home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes regular men.
This thing is about women and men handling pressure differently.
Yeah.
Some women have to do it, but they might complain about it. They might do this. They might do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't
think complaining is specific to one sex. I think if somebody is stressed, it depends on that person and how they react to it. Because I have seen men that do what they have to do.
Men that cry because they're stressed?
No, they don't cry.
Okay, I've seen women cry because
I've seen women cry because they're stressed too. But I've seen men be mean and nasty.
These are dominant females too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
just
experience.
A way. Crying is just a way to let out, exactly that frustration and emotion.
This is experience. This is also research that I've done, that I've encountered, You know what I'm saying? Why I'm stating this.
No. Yeah, but I've also had my own experiences with on the flip side of what you're experiencing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen my father, me growing up. If he was stressed, don't go near him because he's gonna take it out on you because he's focused on one thing.
Okay.
That's just my experience with it.
Okay.
That's it.
So this is chess, not checkers. You have any final thoughts for it?
I think that how you put it, you could being 5 steps ahead in your regular life, by being prepared, by being punctual, to appointments and stuff. I think that is a phenomenal way of thinking. And I believe that if people were to, bring that type of practice into their lives, they'll be much better off.
Yeah.
Always be prepared, people.
Yeah, definitely. My final thoughts. This is chess, not checkers. It's just to tell people out there to just stay ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, be proactive in life. Don't wait for it to attack you. Attack it.
Oh, I like that.
You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like one of the things I learned even when we used to have meetings as managers. We used to have meetings with district managers, and when I was working in these corporations, it was always like, be proactive with the customer. Be proactive with the customer. They walk in, don't wait for them to say hi. Walk up to them. Hi, how you doing? That's being proactive. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that in life. Like, don't if like I like to check the weather every day, and that's me preparing for if
For
I'm
the
gonna
day.
if I'm gonna do outdoor activity, if I gotta travel or whatever. If I know it's gonna rain, I'm now preparing. I'm attacking it before it attacks me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an empath. So being that it rains might mess with my mood, but I'm so dominant and I'm so assertive and I'm so like ahead that I put in my mind that, I'm preparing. That way it's like even if my mood was starting to change because of the weather, I'm self-motivated when I force myself to pick whatever, or I channel myself different ways. I'm feeling down. Okay, a lot of people don't go to the gym because it's raining, in mood or whatever. Let me go to the gym. It's Monday. People hate Mondays. Let me do this. You know what I'm saying? Because Mondays wants to get you down. The weather wants to get you down. So let me do this now. I'm tired. This is when I go the hardest.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like me, it's like, this is chess, not checkers. It's just about being ahead. It's about being prepared. It's about being proactive. You know what I'm saying? It's about being self-motivated. And if you incorporate this in your everyday in life, relationship, a job, dealing with other people, you're going to be successful. Everybody in life who has been successful, or who is successful, has incorporated discipline in their life.
Oh yes.
They've been proactive. They've been ahead of the game. They've prepared. You know what I mean? For whatever capacity.
Is so important. Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what this is. Chess, not checkers, is all about. But all my books are available on Amazon, Kindle version. Some of them are available on iTunes,
Barnes and Noble,
Google Play. If you want to read just the electronic version, go to www.eldiscipline.com. You can also search on there. Send me an email, info@eldiscipline.com. But you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think this was a great topic.
Yeah. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Peace.